What's up, guys? You know, I think I got like a really short video for you this time around. Well, I mean, unless something goes wrong, then it's gonna be very long. What? Okay. You know, last time I moved this guy, then I also moved that cylinder by mistake. And then it leaked out a little bit more. But you know, luckily the piston seals, they don't leak. So the piston is holding all the oil inside the cylinder and it's not leaking out from the lead. The lead seal is leaking. Now obviously we need to fix that, but right now maybe we can do this quick job. The job itself is pretty easy. We just need to remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 stumps. Now, this is actually part 1 of my this year's main summer projects, I guess. In part 1 is remove the stumps, clear the area. Now what comes after I'm not really sure, but generally speaking I want to get rid of the dirt in this whole area. I want something like I have there. Make that road, you know, downhill all the way to the stream. That way I'm gonna get rid of my mud road. Don't have to go on mud anymore if I want to travel downhill. And in addition to that, firewood storage location here. And then we have the bads that we need to finish. Need to extend that bad over this area so that the sawmilling, the firewooding business has a bit more room. And Joseph needs a bed as well, maybe a roof also, because I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a permanent spot for Joseph, and it would be really great if I had a roof on that guy. And the steering clutches on Joseph, if those things get stuck, then we're all screwed. But I'm talking future stuff, I guess a roof on the firewooding business would be great as well, and also here. Right? I think that would be pretty cool. But you know, as of right now, I'm not really sure in what order we're gonna do anything. The first thing we obviously need to do is to get rid of the stumps, and that's gonna be the agenda of today. Dude, what's going on here? Dude, I think they have like a secondary base now. What? Man, the main base is over here. Why do you need to expand? Look at these guys. There's so many of them. Like more of them than there's sawdust. Look at that. So crazy. But looks like they have another base as well now. Hiding under the bucket. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Man. There's so many of them. That's just crazy. Looks like I'm gonna destroy at least one of their nests in this video. That one can stay for a bit longer. That's not gonna bother me at the moment. Ants in my pants. What's up, yo? But yeah, let's go fire up the big tank over there, and hopefully everything will work. We'll get the stumps out, and then I also need to get the stumps to the fire pit yard where I can eventually burn them. And it's gonna take many years, but they will burn up. And then we wrap it up. That's the goal. Felt like it wanted to die several times there. Man, maybe some of you guys know what these numbers mean. I mean, if I had more speed, I mean, if I had more speed, they increase, but I'm pretty sure they're not the RPMs. They're probably some multiplier, right? If I go under 300, then I'm gonna get like an error message. Apparently it's some type of electrical issue. Plus, after a while, the oil pressure light comes on. But if I put it over 300, then the error disappears, and that also disappears. So I'm not really sure what's up with that. I remember in the book it said something about it. If you put the numbers under 300, then the light will come on. So maybe that's normal. I'm not really sure. You guys said something about it, but that was last year and I can't remember anymore. Just in case though, I'm gonna keep it above 300. Look at that boy. And how do I even get out of here? Without destroying anything. So much angry noise. What is up with this? What is this? Open door day? Stay mode! I don't think I should try to use it too long. Looks like that cylinder is leaking pretty badly. One drop every 3 seconds, roughly. It's not the worst, but could be better. I'm gonna try to break up the mud as much as possible, and then I'm gonna try to put it aside. Some would be amazing right now, right? I need to build one for this guy, definitely. That would be a game changer for sure. it just feels crazy to have that power in your fingertips. Dude, this is not an easy stump to pull out, right? I mean, the guy is like this wide, bro. You need some serious power to pull that guy out. Although it feels to me that the entire upper side of the bulldozer, I mean, the excavator is kind of wobbling a lot. Maybe we have a lot of play in the swing bearing over there. Think? I'm not sure. Doesn't feel that bad, but maybe it looks far worse. I wonder if I can pull that little oak stump just from behind. That's the longest meme I've ever had. So much power. I am so impressed. Usually my face looks like that most of the time, but dude, right now the guy just pulled this stump out from one side, no problem. The second one was a bit harder. I'm guessing this will be pretty hard as well. Plus there's another one there. It's just so easy to remove stumps. Dude, I definitely need to put a thumb on this guy, 100%. It would be a lot easier to kind of pick them up and just pile them like that, right? Right now, at the moment, I'm playing football with them, and that's just kind of annoying. It's doable, but kind of annoying. find that incredibly cool. I don't know, I'm kind of lost for words. You know, the ability is just to sink a bucket that size, basically underground. Look at that. That's not a small bucket, right? What's up? I'm a meter underground. Dude, it's not even lunchtime yet and all the stumps are already out. What? Now, apart from the leaks, this guy is just so cool. There are quite a view of those leaks all over the place. I mean, what's going on here? No idea where that's coming from. Something here, something there, something there. The swivel housing looks dry though. I don't see anything there, luckily. That's very good. If you guys did not know, then this swivel housing is not full of grease, it's actually full of oil. Now most of you know this, but yeah, new people don't. So welcome to the channel, by the way. You made a poor decision in content creator choice. This is essentially hell, what's going on over here, but necessarily not a bad thing. Like, the guy told me that the engine is toast on it. The guy said that this engine inhaled a lot of granite dust in its past and it's kaput, but I don't know. The engine seems to have all the power that is required in order to power the hydraulics of this guy. I don't feel any power loss whatsoever. Even the old Blue has like a lot of that power loss going on. You can kind of feel it if you're driving with a heavy load, that the engine can't pull it. But this dude, none of that going on here. Plenty of power in that engine. I think that's fine. The leaks are kind of annoying though, and there's a lot of those. Actually not that bad right now, right? Haven't seen a single drop over 10 seconds now. The guy did tell me that once the oil gets up to operating temperature, then the leak significantly slows down. Now, shouldn't it be the other way around? If the oil gets warmer, then it's like more flowy? Or maybe the seal swells up with warmer temperatures. Probably that, right? So maybe that's not really a big issue. And we also have to keep in mind that it doesn't leak while parked. I think that's like the most important thing, right? Because most of the time this car is parked anyway. And if I leave the cylinder all the way out, then it won't leak out from through the piston seals. So that's not, maybe that's not really a major issue at the moment. But I'm just gonna have to show you this root ball. Look at that. Poplar root. That looks like an entire tree, but no, it was underground. So I bet I can even get firewood from this root ball. That's just crazy. Poplar is the only tree which grows underground as much as it grows above ground. But I think I'm gonna clean up the last stump. Then I'm gonna leave the guy here for a bit, and then I'm gonna fire up the Volvo there with the grappler, and then haul the stumps to the fire pit yard with the grappler itself, because I don't currently have like means to lift so heavy stumps. This guy doesn't have a grappler on it, so lifting anything with it is annoying, and the Yanmar definitely can't lift any of these pieces. Plus, if I put one stump on the red trailer, then that trailer is full. Maybe I can even grab like a couple of pieces with the grappler. Dude, I haven't even been to the fire pit yard with this guy before. Maybe you won't even fit through the forest road. That may be an issue. I thought I broke something. Guess I did, look at that. Wow. Holy moly. Well, this is an embarrassment. Guess we just gotta weld it harder or something, I don't know. Add something there as extra support, I guess. Maybe we can just carefully still haul these guys away. I'm gonna try. Man, this thing is gonna fall off. Oh, look at that, it even bent. It even bent this guy. Wow. So bad. I'm not even sure. This guy actually might just kind of fall off. It's probably holding from there only at the moment. Yeah, bent it from here as well. Bent it here, but this part did not break. It only bent the seal. At least the bone part survived, right? This thing seems pretty indestructible. Everything else not so much. And I was hoping for a quick 30-minute video. Guess not. Now we gotta fix that before we continue. Sorry guys. Actually the damage is more severe than at first glance. Three things. I watched the video backwards and seems like it snapped the moment I was starting to back up. So I'm thinking that maybe the claw part got stuck behind something, and then I just put like a lot of force with the Volvo backing up against the stuck claw. Because I maxed out the hydraulics and that did not break the claw, rather the backing up part did. But three things. So obviously crappy welds, operator error and poor design choices, I would say. And that's the part it actually gave up, but we can see even on the bone part the paint has like feathered, I guess. I'm not sure if you can see that pattern, but something has happened to the steel, even on the bone part. And I can see like a small crack there as well. Also, the crack on this side completely, no, almost all the way. No crack here, but this side is completely cracked as well. In addition to that, this part of the steel has been deformed. Like 15mm steel plate there, bent like that. I think I can eliminate the operator error part in the future. I just have to make sure I don't back up if the claw is like not fully closed, or well, basically just kind of get the load up in air, right? So there's no chance of the claw part getting stuck behind something. And obviously we need to add the reinforcements, but I don't think I'm gonna do any design changes here. It seemed to work pretty good with brush, and that's what I designed it for. Well, it needs to also survive what we just did, right? So if I only like go pick up feathers with this guy, then it's kind of pointless. It needs to also be able to carry stumps and maybe also rocks. I'm not really sure. I have to be extra careful about that. I'm gonna say this though, it was very nice to haul those 2 pieces of stump into the fire pit yard with the Volvo, because I was able to actually put it high on the pile. If I use the dump bed, then I can only like dump it on the side. I can't actually build the pile up. Then eventually the pile is just gonna get like super wide, but it's not very tall. With the grappler though, I can even put it pretty high, as you just saw. So that's actually I kind of like this at the moment, but that braking was definitely not part of the plan. Sorry. That's fine though. Let's try to make it stronger. I've been kind of thinking what I'm gonna add here, and I think I'm gonna grab a piece of 10mm wide steel plate, and I'm just gonna go like that all the way down, maybe even 2 times, and also perhaps inside as well. Yeah, look at that. I told you it's gonna fall off. I put the wrong thing. I thought this was the thing. Guess not. Okay, this just got more complicated. Very good. Actually, very good. Much easier to clean everything up. Teed mulle kommi või? Müstipaar. I just ate. Oh, look at the bright side. At least I got some free candy. parking brake to fail on this guy. What a ride that would be, right? Not the type of ride I'm looking for right now. How awkward would it be if the loader on the old blue would break about now? I think that would be pretty awkward. Ei tuul nahku, ma räägin. No pistets nahku raisk. I think it's fine. I think I can fill that gap. Shouldn't be a problem. What about the other side? Oh yeah, no problem on this side. I'm afraid that if I try to lift it anymore, then the front axle on the tractor is gonna snap in hell. Wind plus I'm basically out of gas, so I'm not sure which is which. The high pressure gauge is sitting at 0, but the low pressure gauge is normal, so yeah. Dude, while I was changing the gas bottle, no wind, absolute quiet. The moment I come here, I love it. Gives me time to think while waiting for the wind to go away. About all the crappy decisions of my life. Luckily there's too many of them, so I can't remember. Ma ei saa, noh. Ma ei tea, siis kui ma tulen keevitama, siis lendab siukene tornaado kuskilt välja, et täitsa putsis, noh. Pitturais. Ma ei sõida sellega kuhugi sisse ka, et keevitada kuskilt siseruumis, noh. Tegelikult sõidaks ju sinna võib-olla peldikusse ajaks sisse ära või. Peaks nussima siin väljas, noh. saa üldse keevitada, see on täitsa lõpp. Ma ei tea, mina aja sisse seda kuhugi, no siin väljas on võimatu tööd teha. You know, personally, I would prefer to work outside. Much better light there, also ventilation. A mild wind is fine, but right now it's just, I don't know, pretty annoying. And that's somewhat believable, at least, I guess, than that piece of crap. In my defense, though, yeah, I love stick welding. I usually prefer stick welding. But when it comes to vertical stick welding, or even worse, welding the stuff like upside down, like you're under a table somewhere and drawing the weld somewhere up, then I just can't do it, bro. I mean, if the piece is flat on a table, or I'm welding it like that from there, not vertically, then it's pretty much good. But the moment I go vertical, or the other guy, then it's a piece of crap. Meek seems to work a lot better doing vertical, and the other guy. Case in point. I don't think that's gonna break. Most likely something else will break now. I didn't see anything on this side, but no crack on this side, but a bunch of emptiness here and there. On this side though, we have that crack. It's all the way up there. Didn't reach all the way to the end, but yeah, most of this, actually this part will have broken off next. most likely. No, I don't know if it's fixed, but it looks different. At least I got the brake points. I mean, I think those came out pretty solid. Plus the cracks. There were 4 total cracks, by the way. I couldn't find any more. Well, all the other joints look pretty solid at the moment. I did not find any cracks there, but I'm pretty sure if I just kind of go and try to do some work with this guy, it's probably not going to break from there, because that weld is well, many times better than that, for example. It's probably just going to break on a loose spot somewhere. So definitely need to add those reinforcement pieces as well. And additionally, I was thinking maybe some foreshadowing as well for the future. Because maybe the arm will break off at some point. I'm not really sure. So I figured a batch there, a batch there, another batch there, same on the other side, and most likely like a little piece down there as well, plus the thing which I was talking about. So good thing I bought welding gas yesterday. Should cover it nicely. You know, I just kind of now realized that this bottom part is actually a lot more important than the top part. Because if this part wants to like break that way, then the bottom plate is like the only thing which is holding it, right? If the weld cracked, then whatever weld we have up here doesn't matter anymore, right? It is just gonna break anyway. I'm just gonna now realize that. I don't know why, but the bottom plate is actually very important here. Kind of funny actually. Just yesterday I was picking up my steel order because I was out of this plate, and well, I had like no real reason why I needed it. I was just kind of out, but now I need it in order to make the reinforcements. It's kind of funny how sometimes things play out. Forgot the gas. again. That part is kind of important. I have to make sure that's a good weld. Give me a second. I did about 7 passes there. That should hold, hopefully. Just kind of noticed that the paint has kind of patterned up on the bone part as well, so the steel has changed here. It's not the same as it was when we painted it, right? This side looks pretty okay though. Now I added that little plate over the main weld, so I think that actually helps out a lot. That was a good idea. I think that part is pretty solid now. At least as it tries to break up like that, then the bottom plate is acting like a keel, I guess, of a ship, right? It's the backbone. It's gonna prevent it from walking apart. Let's focus on the grappler part itself now. I've had some ideas about what to add though. And I think I'm not gonna add what I said before, you know, it's just like weld a plate of steel sideways along the grappler itself. I think that's not gonna help me that much. Well, it's gonna do something definitely, but it's not like the right support, I guess. Plus, we can very easily just kind of bend that guy like that if we get something between that part and, you know, that part, like a log with a giant nut, for example, that plate is just gonna bend like that. Instead, I was thinking I'm gonna add plates on every connection. Just gonna cover up the walls, I guess, with an extra layer of wall. And addition to that, the same type of backbone situation which we just installed there. Maybe add like a piece of steel going along the edge on the bottom side. Now for that, round stock would probably work the best, right? I could just kind of start off from somewhere, then heat it, bend it, weld it, heat it, bend it, weld it, just kind of keep going like that. I don't have any round stock at the moment though, so I figured maybe we can get away with plate. So at the moment though, I'm not really sure how that's gonna play out. It's gonna be, it would be a lot easier to do that on the outside layer, right? Rather than the inside layer. But the outside layer is not really gonna help us strength-wise. Only if we like ram into something with the grappler, then the outside layer will be doing the holding part, I suppose. But if we're squeezing stuff together, then the inside will benefit a lot more from that. In any case though, I think this is gonna take me for quite a bit of time actually. Might actually weld for like a couple of days here. But I think it's worth it. At least it shouldn't break anymore. Let's just gonna get to work. I mean, let's start off with the plates. Let's get that done first and then try to figure out the extra layer inside. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Sorry about the no audio issue, guys. The camera just went into time-lapse mode without me even saying anything. I kinda hate when it does that. Yeah, exact piece of plate on every joint except the final two, I think. Maybe even there, not really sure at the moment. Same on the other side. And now I'm gonna try to put something on the bottom as well. East. It kind of looks cool, honestly. Looks like a tank armor or something. You know, the reactive armor that they bolt or duct tape to the tank hull. It sort of looks like that. Actually looks pretty cool. I think this should help out significantly, because it's gonna bring, before I only had that little gap, where the two plates were welded together, and the little weld which held at the bottom was just so tiny. But now, I mean, 10 centimeters of weld. So it's gonna take a lot more force to break that, right? I even noticed that on some spots I did not even weld the dips together, so that's kind of super lame. Nothing there as well. I guess I'm lame, but whatever. Now it looks a lot better. Yeah, let's add the same stuff on this side as well. Võtsi, mul on vaja tööd teha, mitte nussida sinuga siin. Nüüd töötab. Didn't work 5 seconds ago. This piece of crap doesn't work. Look at that. Kind of works, then it doesn't, then it works. I mean, kind of forgot to order a new gun as well. Really annoying to weld like this. I'm not even sure if the problem is in the gun. Maybe the. I guess we could try to change the gun out with the other where it should be the same, right? Worth a shot. Блять, no. Whoops. I forgot about that part. Oh man. Let's see. Actually, guys, I've been kind of thinking maybe I'm gonna buy myself like something better than what I have right now. I was thinking Worth MiG 180 or 200. What do you guys think about those welders? I think they're actually really good. And price-wise, they're pretty spicy, honestly. The 180 is 600 euros and the 200 is 800 euros. Quite a bit more than the Weber model. Yeah, this welder didn't have that little glitch before. I mean, kinda still works, I guess. I don't use this welder as much as I used the other welder, so I'm gonna keep this here until I can get a new gun from Volvo. But what do you guys think about the Wurst? Or Wurst? I think they're pretty good. They're not the best. There are a lot better versions, definitely. But I think they are also really good. The Saab would be like absolute top, I would say. Maybe Lincoln as well. But they're also considerably more expensive. Anyone want to buy a nice welder? I'm gonna give you like a family and friends discount. I'm gonna pay you to take it away. Oi Jukkan pohreis. Älä pohvinna! What gap, man? I don't see any gap. But dude, I'm so glad that part is over. That actually took quite a bit of time. But no, I think this is totally worth it. Should be a lot stronger now. And no, I'm not quite finished just yet. But so far everything we've done, I think strong enough now, all things considered. However, let's just kind of keep going here. Well, look at that. That filled a hole. My Kio, say hello. This is gonna be freaking impossible. I'm gonna bend this. Ooh. The grappler will bend it, no problem. Recover as well. And this thing works pretty good. Guys, check out my bending unit. It works pretty good. Maybe we should name it Kilo Bender. What do you guys think? You know, all things considered, I think this part actually came out pretty okay. That is gonna be a huge pain to install this thing inside. guess it's not that bad. Although I do need to manipulate the end of it. It doesn't go down straight. It goes also left. I mean right. Cheeky bastard! Look at that. I mean, who the hell designed this thing? What a genius. I think this part is actually really good. And it further dies everything together, right? Plus it gives me that backbone of a support. Yeah. This was pretty good. Let's do the other side as well. Sorry guys. It was never supposed to be a grappler review video. I just wanted to remove the stupid stumps. On a weird note though, I have never been to the gas supply shop 2 times per week. So that's kind of first. Oh no. Hopefully it's the breaker and not the massive wind outside. Oh. Guys, I think it's not the breaker, the ceiling light went out as well. I think we just lost power. Or maybe it was Super Sister's fault. One second. Hey guys, super sister's fault. Vacuuming, dishwasher, the other washer, the clothing washer, and making food in the oven. Plus my welding. So 4 versus 1. Super sister's fault. She turned off the oven now. She told me that the food was already ready anyway. But I'm gonna turn off the lights. Don't need that as well. It's not. One moment, guys. I need to wait until she finishes her chores. Look at that. Dude, like freaking 7 seconds has passed and she's already calling me. Dude, the power ain't on, bro. Hello. You open, open. Look guys, it's snowing. Oh, that's bird shit. One moment. It was snowing. Yeah, see? You probably can't see anything because of stupid camera. But I can see pretty perfectly. In a couple of days it's gonna be May. And it's snowing. What is up with that? That is so weird. Now if you're wondering about the power thing, then in order to fix that issue I need to basically just swap out the main breaker for the entire homestead. But the thing is that I can't do that. Only the power company can do that. And currently I have a 3x or 3-phase 20 amp breaker. And I would like to get something like 3x32 or 36. I think that would be pretty good for me, but they would charge me literally like 7 grand to swap that thing out. So that's why I haven't done that before. I should do it once I get a bit more money. Maybe I should sell some of the equipment. Well, are you a super crack? Bro, I'd rather sell my liver. Maybe we can do some prep work in the meantime for the next part while she's vacuuming all the carpets away. Actually, I had like an additional idea as well. I was thinking maybe add a piece of steel connecting this part to that part a bit more securely. Right now, this is like an independent part. I don't think that plate is doing much of anything there. So it would be great if I had like a extra support piece here as well, because you know, when this guy, you know, the bolt broke down there, the top part wanted to like walk that way, you know, a lot of stress was put onto that part, and that literally just bent outwards like that. Same on this, same on the other side. I did hammer it back somewhat, but it's still bent. However, I think that's fine as long as we just brace this area up as well, right? Plus those diamond plates or fishtails, I don't know. Kaugele võiks teda viia nagu niimoodi või? Kaugele viia võiks tulla ikkagi niimoodi siia kuidagi, ma ei kujuta ette, kuidas kas sa võid ainult selle koha peale vaata ja siia või viita kaugemale nagu siia saaks viia, kas õigesti jõudnud päevata, see on keeruline võiks. Too bad there's no option to like manually pull the cover out, like most of the woodworking saws have, right? I'm cutting weird angles. I need the cover to like get out of the way. Right now it's just kind of sliding against the cover. It's not cutting. It's kind of lame. Yo, look at that. I think this thing is solid. Oh man, everything's different. Piece of crap. Very nice. I think this part is gonna look pretty sexy. Oh, what's that? What the shit? Look at that. This thing just rained down from the sky. All wet and all. But that's not what got my attention. I have a wonderful time. Release the welding gas. I told you guys, it's snowing. Look at that. I'm not crazy. That's snow. Summer hasn't even started yet and already winter is coming back. Oh man. What cap, man? There is no caps. Eh? And Spence the master cap coverer. I'm closely related to the crap coverer dude. What do you think? I think this whole section is like pretty secure now. Shouldn't go anywhere. Plus, you know, the extra pieces or I don't know, ears or whatever you want to call them, they kind of make it look pretty cool now. It's sort of like you know, Wolverine with his unique haircut. Solid piece of ass right over there. Look at that. So cute. However, guys, I did think about you know, while I was adding plates to there and also support and whatnot, I kind of came back to this part and I figured this is probably the weakest link now, honestly. I don't see that part breaking unless I'm really trying to break it, you know. But this part is still kind of questionable because I do have this weld is kind of crap, you know, it's not perfect. Now on the other side we do have a better weld now, so but still this is, I think this is sort of like a weak spot, and we would definitely benefit adding a couple of plates here as well, right? But no, I think I'm not gonna put the 10mm plate like I did on that side, rather 6mm plate, but it's gonna be wider. It's 150mm. I don't think I would put the 10mm, but I don't think I can like hammer that and flush with the turn, you know? You know, that turn is a lot more than, for example, what I had here, and this was so hard to hammer, bro. Same story there. The last one was a bit easier. Now, considering that we redid the weld on the inside, plus added that bottom plate, plus extra plate, I think we're good just adding the 6mm piece there. okei, midagi tegi valesti nüüd, kurat, miks sa pidid 17 lõikama, mitte 14 ja miks sa 14 lõikasid, ma ei saa aru. Täitsa munna. Nojah, ma ei tea, võib-olla okei, las ta olla äkki. No, I was supposed to cut 17, not 14. I'm not sure what went wrong. Yeah, sometimes when I work, I measure the thing, but then I go walk off somewhere and then I think about another topic and I completely forget what I measured. I just love that noise, you know, that high pitch noise. I guess it's sort of like hammering something into something, and that something is actually going into that something. We'll just grab over end. I figured I smelled smoke. Maybe I should get the sausage ready. Stupid ass leaves. There's really no point cleaning them up, you know. So I clean this up, and in about, I don't know, 30 minutes, the wind will just kind of push new leaves here. It's like a bucket, you know. The wind pushes from there, and this is like a bucket. Everything collects here. Kind of annoying. I should add a wall here or something. But anyway, where were we? Oh yeah. Bunch of angry sounds. It would be great if the bottom plate was a bit bigger. Honestly, I think this part back here is not really doing much of anything. It's just kind of there to fill the hole, I guess. And most of the stress area is here anyway, so should be okay. Hopefully. türa, need on mingid marmelad ja augud siin igal pool. I mean, I'm finished with the repairs. So let's get back to it. Tomorrow we're gonna throw some paint on the guy as well, and also give it a new name, because clearly it's not the Kill Grappler anymore. Actually, I have a better name for it now. I think it's appropriate. There we go. Don't worry guys, the protocol kill all humans was not part of the software upgrade, which we just did over the past 3 days. So this thing actually looks so cute after the upgrade. It looks so cute, I know. I think we can put the signature on it as well. Like the perfect spot for the thing. Look at that. Even covered from nature and all. I'm gonna put 2 for good hope. Wrong way. By hope, I mean that I hope I never need to grind that thing off. Because, guys, there's a reason why I actually named it Bender. You know, as of right now, I'm pretty sure it's still not strong enough. I mean, it might work for me, for my needs, but for example, if we, I know, sell this guy to like a logging company who handles material 24/7, bro, this thing is not gonna survive that. I think it's gonna break apart in like maybe even less than a week. I think my biggest weakness when it comes to welding is that I don't want to do multiple passes. I just want to do one pass and then move on. Bean. Look at that. I was forgetting things. Otsa ka saad juba või? Kuradi jopune. Kaua sa lased? But yeah, my biggest weakness is probably because I don't want to do multiple passes on thick material. I'm kind of lame like that. This definitely won't stand a chance in a proper logging firm. Now, for example, at my previous workplace, we also had 2 professionally made log grapplers. They're about this size, maybe even a bit bigger. And even those broke like once per week. It's just they get so much abuse, you know. Big, heavy duty logs, big 20-ton loaders just smashing into log piles constantly 24/7. They will not survive. Even properly made grapplers will break apart. This guy doesn't even stand a chance in that type of business. Now for me, like I said, it will probably work as long as I don't abuse it, I guess. And it should be definitely stronger now. I mean, we've added so many additional support pieces. Actually, there was this cute little comment when I was building this grappler. This guy said that if you can't weld properly, then just add more material. I think the guy has like a valid point there. So I just add more material, make it heavier, which is not necessarily a good thing. But in this case, maybe it doesn't matter. I mean, that guy is pretty huge, right? I mean, the grappler may look big, but when you compare it to the machine itself, that thing is like a piece of dirt in front of the bigger piece of dirt. I mean, Volvo. Dirt is over there, not here. Only the cool kids hang around in the spaceport. Pieces of crap are somewhere else. But about the grappler, I think the guy will survive. I'm gonna try to be extra careful with it, not ramming into things too much, I guess, and being cautious about when I'm opening and closing the claw. Also, when I'm backing up, I have to make sure that the claw part is actually properly secured and it doesn't have like a chance to get stuck behind anything. Now, as for the next weak point, I think this part is pretty solid now, honestly. Also the grappler part. I don't think it's gonna break, but maybe we should have added some plating on the inside as well. That would have further secured everything up, I suppose. But you know, maybe it's fine. Maybe it can manage. I think that part is probably the most important part of the entire setup, because that part is one piece, right? It's not welded together. That's a bit questionable though. Might actually break. And also maybe this area, although I'm not really sure. Maybe that's gonna survive. I mean, everything else, I think the mount is not gonna fall off. That should work. Those two support plates might help. And I added one inside as well, as you saw. But I also was debating maybe I should add something here also. But as of right now, I did not. I don't have like a lot of room to add any plating. That's like 60 millimeters only. But technically we could add like a 100 millimeter piece going downwards all the way down there and also weld it to that part. However, this steel is very thin. Maybe this is like 4 millimeters only. So that's probably not going to hold much of anything. But no, other than that, I think bender will serve. And hopefully the guy will not bend. See what I did there? Such a genius. Also, I want to throw in a couple of quick words about this place as well. This actually turned out to be like a very good option to do the repairs. At first I didn't want to, but the weather had some other ideas. And I like the option that I can just kind of drive in here and then work under a roof. Although the ceiling height is not the best, I guess. Could have made it higher. Too late now. But yeah, I'm seriously considering now that I'm not gonna turn this guy into a woodworking workshop. Rather, I'm just gonna put my toys here, you know. Maybe anything in the future as well. Just something that's on wheels that I can just kind of park here. That I don't want for that thing to be outside, out in the rain and snow and stuff. I think this is a much better option. But I don't really have like any other option at the moment to put stuff. You know, this side I could keep open for either bobcat parking or wild repair jobs, right? I mean, I've already done like 2 projects here. We fixed up that firewood processor my neighbor had, and now the grappler. So this actually has been a very useful little shed so far, I guess. Now, if I made that woodworking workshop there, then we're considering that I don't really do a lot of woodworking, right? I know in the last 4 years I've done only one woodworking workshop project. So I think that's kind of pointless, you know. If I make it into a woodworking workshop, then I'm gonna lock that building into the woodworking workshop mode. I can't use it for anything else. I mean, I can't drive in there and start welding, right, if there's bunch of sawdust everywhere. Maybe I don't even need a woodworking workshop if I don't use it enough. It's kind of pointless. Although I do have one option. I could in the main house, second floor, I could add it there, like a little corner for woodworking. I don't need a lot of space for that. This place. I haven't done anything here so far. I insulated the floor and then added the floor panels, but also re-supported the roof. That was like 2 years ago now, and I haven't done anything else here. But I figured maybe this could be a good option for a small woodworking workshop. Although ventilation might be a problem because there's like no windows or doors or anything here. I would need to add everything. Who's that? Man. What? Oh, look at that. Those pieces of crabs. Freaking mice or birds or something. I guess they had a nest up there or something. Look at that. Man, I hate those things. Should set them all on fire. Breaking my undercoating apart. But anyway, before we continue with the stump mission and hopefully not break the grappler again, I figured I'm gonna do a couple of quick fixes on the Volvo. I was planning to do those fixes during the next repair video for the Volvo itself, but at the moment I have no idea when I'm gonna do that, so I figured do them right now. They're kind of important, I guess. Number one would be to change out the gearbox oil because currently I have the wrong oil in that, and number two is to install a new alternator on it because right now I'm not using anything. There's a bunch of emptiness over there. I'm assuming this guy uses power even when the diesel engine is running, because you know the gear shifter and everything is electronically controlled. So definitely need to have alternator on this dude. You know, luckily the guy who doesn't reply my emails anymore about the spare parts, he did send me a new alternator, but he never sent the bill for it. I've tried to reply him, but he never replies back. So basically I just got like a free alternator, I guess. I got the belts as well. Very good. Oh, there we go. What's that? Oh, I ordered relays as well. Okay. No bullet though. Looks like the exact same thing. Oh, maybe not. Wait a minute. No, it is. Yeah, I think it's the same thing. I just need to take the pulley off and also the bracket. But now let's go open up the gearbox oil work first. Let that guy drain while we deal with this guy. Maybe we can even reuse the oil. It hasn't been in there for long. I'm sure Joseph's fuel tank will accept that new fuel pretty fast. try again. Oh. Wonder how it will look. Whoa. Looks like it's on the ground. Not again. Looks pretty good though, right? I figured it's gonna be cloggy or milky or something like that. Because the original oil, dude, I have no idea when the guy changed that last. That was really bad looking oil. Maybe we'll still get some of that from the gearbox. That thing has a lot more oil than this. One, two. Oh, that actually looks a lot worse. Look at that. Woo! Man, that's actually pretty bad. Much difference from the Dropbox oil. Maybe it's good that we put the wrong oil in the thing last year. I mean, the wrong oil is gonna bring a lot of that mud out, right? And now we can put the proper oil in it. However, I think that oil is not good for reuse, so I'm probably gonna just discard it. I went to the oil shop and I told the guy the model name, and he looked it up in his little computer and he told me that this oil should work. The little numbers over there. But yeah, essentially last year I put standard engine oil in the thing. 15W40 fully mineral. And some of you did note out in the comment section that's the wrong type. I should swap it out immediately. And this is what the guy told me that should be in there, basically. He also told me that they're basically the same oil. You know, what I had in there right now and this. The numbers are a bit different, but essentially it's the same oil. However, this guy has like one very important additive which the engine oil doesn't have. You know, something to do with shock loads, if I recall. The guy did explain it to me in detail, but sadly I can't remember anything anymore. What? Dude, I bought this oil like last month. Like, I don't even remember what I had for breakfast. Alright, I didn't have any. Man, let's go eat. Mis pidi see mount läks niipidi vist oli või? Vist oli niipidi, jah. Shot lock. Mis teed, vale pidi paned just täitsa debiili. Putsi. No nüüd on kinni siin, nüüd on pistets nahku. Ei liigu üles ega alla. No nii ta küll ei lähe. Oh yeah, now I remember there was issue with the freaking thing. The threads are like missing or something. Plus, why did I not clean the pulley? Look at that. That is so bad. I'm not really sure about the boat though. The guy did not have that. Well, that's actually not the original boat. I would say that's a very well made homemade solution, I guess. The original boat didn't have the dress on it. Actually, I have good hope for that. Let's put some Loctite as well, and maybe it will hold. This guy still needs to be able to move like that in order to change the belt. So we can't like tighten it all the way. I think this is actually fine right now. That actually feels pretty good. Like a little bit of play there. I'm not sure why it's sitting sideways though. It's not straight with the other pulley. It doesn't even move. I thought it has like bad bushings and it's kind of sitting sideways, but it doesn't even move. Or maybe that's bad. That seems somehow well played, but not the worst. Okay, now comes the most important part. Which goes where? Looks like we have 3 wires. 1, 2, 3. Most likely the positive, the negative, and the terminative. Chick will help us out. Alternator terminals explained. Okay. B plus main output terminal. I'm assuming it's this because the other one is connected to the engine block. B plus down there. What is this crap? Looks like it's about to fall off. Nope, it broke off. Guess I was wrong again. Okay. B plus got some love, B minus got some other love. What about this piece of crap? D and W. I think I need to hook it up to the D plus, maybe. Oh yeah, what the V is. Oh, V. Provides AC output from the stator. Yeah, D plus connects to the dashboard battery warning light. It serves a dual purpose, powering the bulb to alert the driver of failure and provide initial excitement to start the charging process. I don't think I have the other thing. V. AC output. No, I don't think we need that. Technically speaking, should be good. And once we start up the ignition, I should get like a warning light on the alternator, right? And once I start the engine, the light should go out. Oh yeah, there we go. Light came back. This wasn't working before. About the pulley situation though, I think I'm not gonna deal with it right now. And I figured I'm gonna swap out the belts for the fan as well. But looks like that's not a very easy task. I need to pull the fan off, most likely. It only has one belt on it at the moment and it's not cracked up. So maybe it's gonna survive for a bit longer. Plus, I'm pretty sure I need to pull that tensioner out as well, because that dude is just sitting sideways for some reason. I'm not really sure what's up with that. Yeah, most likely I need to remove the fan, undo those bolts in order to install more bolts on this guy. Now right now I think it's not really like a priority. As long as the fan keeps spinning, it's not that important, I guess. But this is still like high priority for me, I guess, and most likely I'm gonna do it with the next Volvo video, but I have no idea when that's gonna be. Got too much stuff planned out at the moment, but no, I think the alternator came out pretty okay. Things should work now, and hopefully everything's connected correctly. Let's deal with the gearbox oil, and then we can get to work. I probably shouldn't have even maybe replaced the drop box part out. That's just like a simple gear housing, right? To make the drive go from higher up to a lower position. That probably would have been fine. Maybe I need to do more oil changes in the future. You know, I kind of noticed that in order to move this guy around, I really need to give it some RPMs. If you're just kind of idling on the spot, it's not going to move anywhere, even if you have the gear in. So that's probably like an indication that the gearbox is worn, right? Or the friction discs or something. I'm not really sure how that works. But it does move, and if you give it enough RPMs, it's gonna spin its wheels as well. So maybe that's normal for this machine. Not sure honestly. But about changing the oil out multiple times, I think that's gonna benefit us on a long run, I guess. I think I'm gonna do the same with the big excavator and the final drives, where we discovered some water, and I put like a slightly less viscosity oil in that drive. The book says 80, weight 90, and I put 75, weight 80, I think, or 85. And I think I'm gonna let that run for a bit and then drain it out, maybe put it again multiple times perhaps before finally putting the proper oil in there. Just maybe the oil will clean some of the crap out. I'm not really sure what's going on inside those drives. Oh. I kind of noticed that one drive is making a weird sound. Maybe you guys noticed it as well when I was driving up to the stump area. This weird grinding sound. That's usually not good. Anyway, maybe we can finally get to work now. actually felt pretty heavy. No change so far. Looks pretty okay. Dude, this thing is an absolute beast. Talking about the stump, by the way, it's so huge. It makes the tractor wiggle, you know, like that. Oh man. Okay. Seems like the paint job is still intact. So that's only good, right? Kinda annoying to grab. I don't know, crap like this, but totally doable, I guess. Dude, that last stump was pretty something. That was pretty heavy actually. However, I think this is gonna be my last Volvo voyage across the ocean. I mean, the road is starting to be like no more. Man, look at this mess. Guy has pushed the entire bank that way. It's like 20-30 centimeters. Holy crap, there is so much mud here. Well, whatever, I was supposed to make it wider anyway, right? It's kind of tight on that end as well, but at least I don't have any mud nonsense over there. There's a very solid base on that side. This is not so good. Can't wait until I can get to work on this road as well. This is the final mud road essentially that I have. Well, everywhere I need to go over the stream has been fixed up. The road is solid, but this is the final stretch of mud road I have that I'm looking to fix this year 100%. Maybe we can while I drive back, I'm probably gonna try to grab this pile and take it to the university wood pile as well. Look at that, it looks like a full bundle. I think that's the first time ever I got such a nice bundle. Right stuff. I'm not sure what I'm gonna... Power line. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about this passage though. I would prefer this thing to be open for the Volvo, but if I build that shed for the firewood processor, then that's gonna close it, right? Unless I make the shed not very high. Then I could just go over it. I hate these corners. You can't see stupid. think currently I have like 2 trailer loads in the glass. So that's actually saving me a lot of time, right? By not hauling the trailer, by not hauling the stock with the trailer. All things considered, I think Bender did pretty good. Definitely it did help out, right? Removing those giant ass stumps. My only other option would have been either to drag it behind the Kirovets, Joseph, or this guy. Most likely Joseph would have been the proper candidate. Kirovets is kind of occupied with a flat tire at the moment. And yeah, no point tracking this guy to the fire pit yard. This just makes no sense. Too huge. Well, if we go pick up that rock in the meantime, then it's kind of worth it, right? But not right now. But the mission is not quite finished yet. I wanna smooth out the area as well. Probably gonna park the excavator here, and then we'll take it from there. Man, I wish the big chick had a tongue. Winter ended. What are you grabbing? Man, what do you reckon that's about? Feels like loss of prime and then trying to fire up, but maybe it's the issue with the engine. Feels like it's not running, initially not running on all cylinders. That's maybe one or two, and then everyone else wake up suddenly. The reach on this thing is insane. This thing can reach 3 times the Yanmar, maybe even more. So much power, bro. Make sure I don't hit anything with this thing. I'm pretty sure my firewood processor would do like 360s if I even touched it. So Bob, what were you doing last night? No, nothing much. I was just watching Ant's pants and his giant leaky cylinder. Also, he broke the grappler for no reason. I wonder what that stuff is. Looks like burn marks, but what do the experts in the comments section have to say? I can't wait. Piece of dirt. Let's get to work. No kurit, pass hakkab tööle. Vittu. Noh. I find it crazy that I need a freaking ladder to get up here. Not a small one. suur tahad siit saada, ma ei saa aru. No, hopefully nothing will fall off. So good. End of mission, guys. Stumps no more. Instead we got a giant excavator. Will you look at that? Very good. No, still a bit of a mess, I guess, but there's not really a point like smoothing this out perfectly. I mean, I could try to put on the box grader and smooth it out, but it's kind of pointless. I need to dig it up anyway. I need to remove some amount of the mud so I could replace it with better stuff, and yeah, it's not really worth it. And as for what comes next, I'm not really sure at the moment. I guess I have a couple of options to choose from. And I think I can't continue with this project immediately, you know, the road project. I was thinking maybe do sawmilling first. It would be great if I could get rid of that pile, then I have access to that area as well to dig that up also. Pile's kind of in the way at the moment, so I figured maybe do the sawmilling first. But before I can do the sawmilling, I think we need to deal with this dude. Gotta sort out the leaky water pump situation so I could get it out of here. I mean, it shouldn't be like a hard mission, I guess. The water pump is pretty accessible. Finding parts though might be a bit tricky. Not sure how that's gonna work out. But yeah, I'm not really sure. Maybe I'm gonna do something else. Man, this thing just looks so cute. It's like a little squirrel with its 2 tiny teeth up front. Right? Oh yeah, I need to breastfeed this guy as well. Couple of problematic situations going on over there. Soon, baby. Soon. Give me a moment. I need to think. Yeah, I'm gonna go think in another video. So, ciao, ciao.